Very happy to be back here in the UK, and I want to start by thanking the BBC for letting me be on the show. It's like really awesome that they did. I mean, it doesn't pay that well, but it's just really cool to be here. And they've been so generous. They put me up in a hotel right next to a casino in the city, and they didn't have to do that. I'm not criticizing the BBC. It's not their responsibility to know that I have a gambling addiction, because it's about self-knowledge. And when I go to the casino, I only bring the equivalent of $100 to gamble with because I know I can afford to lose that. And I bring $25 for food in case I get hungry, and $800 for bus fare in case I forget something and have to go home a couple hundred times. So most of my adult life, I've been a bachelor, but about 3 years ago, I met somebody and we started dating, and a year just flew by. And then I said, this is cool, maybe you should move in. She said, great, Arch. So she moved in, and now I've been living with my girlfriend for just over 2 years. And I want to say living with someone has been such a major eye-opener for me. It's like the first time in my life when I feel like I truly understand why murder happens. Because up till now, I would always just think, why would somebody kill somebody? It's so extreme. But these days, at least once a week, I think, well, we can't take that option off the table. I mean, not that I ever would. I would never kill anybody intentionally, and I'm a pacifist, 100%. And I also don't want you to think that in any way that I'm trying to minimize the serious issue of domestic violence. All I'm really trying to say is that living with my girlfriend has introduced me to new levels of anger within myself that I didn't even know were there before. You know, they say, have you ever heard that thing, sir, where they say when you meet the right person, it completes you? You heard about that? Well, it turns out the missing part of me was the really pissed off part. I was like, oh, okay. There you are. Get on in here, you big red-faced son of a bitch. And now I am whole. And I know that some people here might be a little concerned and think, geez, Arch, how does that joke make your poor girlfriend feel? Well, you ought to know something, London. Any joke what my girlfriend's involved in, she gets to hear it first, and she has to sign off on it before I do it on stage. That's a self-volunteer policy out of respect for her. So when I thought of that joke, I thought, okay, it's a little dark, but I could make it work. But then I thought, oh shit, now I gotta tell her. So I want to wait till the right time, till she had a little bit of red wine in her hand. You know, I just opened up a fresh box that night. And she's about to watch her favorite show of all time, Downtown Abbey. Then I said, honey, I got this new joke. It's about us, and it's so stupid. I mean, it's like so over the top. I mean, it's flat out ridiculous. Just tell me the joke, Arj. So I told her. And you know what? She laughed. And she didn't just laugh. She laughed at a level of laughter to the point where I started thinking, shit, I gotta watch my back. But I didn't want to tip her off to let her know that I was onto her and that I discovered her plan to eliminate me. So I played it real cool, but I'm a lot more careful now. You know, if she said, hey, Arj, you want to go cliff walking with me later? No. Actually, I've got a ton of shit to do inland. You guys are an awesome crowd. Did anybody watch Game of Thrones? Best show ever. I assume everybody's all caught up. Can we talk about it in detail? We all caught up? Oh, a couple people. Who said no? Oh, you're not caught up. Oh, there you are. And what's your name? Santa? Santa. Oh, good to meet you in person. Thanks for all the presents over the years. You're a lot different than I pictured. Lovely to meet you. Santa, on behalf of yourself and anyone else that isn't caught up in Game of Thrones, I want you to know that I will happily skip over the small part of the show because spoiling popular TV in our culture is a huge taboo, Santa. And far be it for me to break that taboo. And yes, I pronounce taboo, taboo. Okay? So you have nothing to worry about, Santa. But at some point, yes, perhaps a wider discussion about implementing a statute of limitations with regards to how much authority the spoiler police have in our world. Because at some point, I would like to freely discuss the movie E.T. with my friends in public without getting my head ripped off. Shut up, Arj! Shut up, I haven't seen E.T. yet! Shut up, I'm gonna watch it this weekend! Shut up, don't talk about it! When he goes home, he goes home! us home, Santa? Maybe you want to go home and start watching some shit. God damn. It's called must-see TV. Is there something unclear about that? It's not called see whenever the fuck you get around to it. Meanwhile, slap a gag order on the rest of civilization. You know something, Santa? You seem real nice, but you know what? You're the spoiler. You spoil enjoyable conversation for other adults because you're too goddamn lazy to sit around and watch TV all day like the rest of us. And I'm glad to see you're still smiling because you've actually helped me out a lot, okay? This is part of my show, Santa. And if on any particular night when I'm doing this joke, and I say to the audience, are y'all caught up on Game of Thrones? And on that particular night, Santa, the entire audience says, yep, we're all caught up, Arj. Guess what, Santa? I'm fucked. Because I would have just lost 2 minutes as arguably some of the strongest material in my whole set. And I've never even seen Game of Thrones. Okay? Not gonna watch that bullshit. But this has been wonderful. I'm about to get out of here, and I want to just thank you all for coming out here and being a great crowd. It really cheered me up. And I was a little bit low when I showed up here tonight. I'm gonna admit that. And don't worry, it's not clinical. Depression's a serious thing. I was just feeling a little bit low. And it's my fault anyway. I'm the one that chose to watch Marley and Me on Blu-ray right before I left the hotel. And it's even more sad in high def. 1080, just even though I knew what was gonna happen, it was still even more sad. Have you seen Marley and Me, sir? You haven't seen it? Well, you better brace yourself emotionally. Because it is very sad. Okay, I'm not gonna ruin it, but just be prepared. I don't know if you know, but the sequel's just called Me. So I'm not gonna really come back, but just be careful. That's it for me, thank you very much. Thank you.